In 1900, tastebud magic was invented, the Hershey chocolate bar nicknamed the Great American Chocolate Bar. Have you ever wondered what gives these mouth-watering Hershey bars that tangy taste you just can't miss? Well, let's find out as we step into the magical world of Hershey's Mega Chocolate Factory, where millions of cocoa beans begin the journey from bean to bar, ensuring every bite is a chocolate lover's dream come true. But first, what exactly are in these chocolate bars? The main ingredients in Hershey's chocolates are cocoa beans, cocoa butter, sugar, and milk. The classic Hershey milk chocolate bars contain about 30% pure cocoa, ensuring they are real chocolates. The cocoa used to make Hershey's chocolates comes from the Theobroma cacao tree. Typically, making one good old Hershey's unique dark chocolate bar takes about 20 to 60 cocoa beans in an average pod. Most of the milk Hershey uses is sourced within a 100-mile radius of their chocolate manufacturing plant in Hershey, Pennsylvania, with Land O'Lakes being their highest volume dairy supplier. Companies across the United States also supply other milk-derived ingredients. Once the cocoa beans arrive at the manufacturing facility, they undergo rigorous testing and cleaning to ensure only the finest beans are used in the chocolate production process. Inspectors check for defects such as insects and mold. Once the beans pass these initial inspections, they undergo a flavor and aroma test. A small sample of the cocoa beans is turned into chocolate liquor for this purpose. If the sample meets Hershey's high standards, the beans get the green light to move on for further processing. The beans will be thoroughly cleaned to remove bacteria and foreign substances ahead of processing. After cleaning, manufacturing kicks off with all the ingredients available. The beans are tossed into a huge roaster that roasts them at different temperatures to get the distinct Hershey's taste. The roasting process takes about 35 minutes, during which the beans are separated from their shells through a fanning process. Next comes winnowing, where the beans are placed in a current of air that blows away excess nibs. The nibs are then separated to make cocoa liquor. The machine crushes the cocoa beans into a fine powder called cocoa crumbs. These crumbs are mixed with other ingredients like sugar, milk, cocoa butter, and Hershey's secret ingredients to form the cocoa solid. To make cocoa butter, the cocoa nibs are crushed into cocoa butter. A heavy steel disc then crushes the cocoa butter, melting the fat to make chocolate liquor, a liquid sticky chocolate. The mixture moves to the next stage, conching. This is where that smooth chocolatey flavor is created. Here, the chocolate conching refining machine grinds the chocolate mix between spinning wheels. The conch machine mixes and heats the ingredients while an agitator spreads the cocoa butter evenly within the chocolate. This process thoroughly mixes the ingredients and removes excess moisture and acidity, making the chocolate less bitter. Depending on the product, this process can take up to 3 days. Next, the chocolate gets tempered. The tempering machine melts the chocolate to a desired temperature, blending it before cooling it. This gives it that smooth and glossy appearance that makes your mouth water. Now it's ready to be molded and packaged. The tempered chocolate moves to the molding line that pours it into rectangular molds to form the signature shape of Hershey chocolates. The rectangular bars get cooled, and an inspector checks them, removing any defective bars. Each bar must be perfect, without any rough edges or uneven surfaces, so every imperfect bar gets removed from the line, and only the best moves to the packaging machine. Those bars that need to contain extra additives like caramel, nuts, or biscuits will move further, so the molding machine inserts these ingredients into them before they get packed. The flawless chocolate bars take on the foil wrappers that preserve their freshness and taste while they wait on the shelf. Next, they are packed in the signature maroon and silver package, that legendary packaging color that has become one with the Hershey brand. Several wrapped bars go into a larger package that is sealed for shipping to retailers around the globe. As of 2015, the Hershey Company operated 5 distribution centers, handling over 2 billion pounds of chocolate annually and shipping more than 100,000 refrigerated truckloads annually. Do you know that indescribable feeling when you take a bite of Reese's peanut butter cups? Well, in this video, we're going to be taking you through the exact process of how they make millions of tons of this every single day. Excited already? Let's jump in. The journey to creating the perfect Reese's peanut butter cup begins long before the peanuts reach the factory. Only specific varieties of peanuts, known for their rich flavor and high oil content, are selected. These peanuts are predominantly grown in the southeastern United States, where the warm climate and fertile soil provide the ideal conditions for producing the highest quality crops. In the factory, it all begins with setting aside around 2,500 pounds of peanuts. These peanuts are cleaned and sorted, and only the finest make it to the next stage, which is roasting. This process is crucial, as it brings out the rich, nutty flavor that Reese's is known for. After roasting, the peanuts are thoroughly mashed into a thick, aromatic paste. But the journey to perfect peanut butter doesn't stop there. The next step is crucial, arriving at the ideal blend of sweet and salty. This is done by adding just the right amount of powdered sugar and a dash of peanut butter, ensuring that each Reese's cup delivers that iconic taste experience. This careful blending ensures the perfect balance of sweet and salty flavors. The mixture is then whipped into a smooth, creamy texture that practically melts in your mouth, ready to become the heart of every Reese's peanut butter cup. Next up is the chocolate, which is a blend of sugar and milk to form a silky, smooth coating. The paper cups are created and shaped according to the famous Reese's design, and the filling machine pours a layer of melted milk chocolate into a mold, creating the base layer of the iconic Reese's cup. This chocolate is specially formulated to melt at just the right temperature, ensuring that it's both smooth and sturdy. But the magic doesn't stop there. Once the chocolate shell is set, it's time for the filling. A precise measure of creamy peanut butter is added to each cup, followed by a second layer of chocolate to seal the deal. The result? That irresistible combo of chocolate and peanut butter in every bite. After the chocolate has been added, the Reese's cups pass through a cooling tunnel, where they solidify into the perfect shape. As they emerge, each cup is carefully inspected for quality before moving on to the wrapping stage. Quality checks keep everything on point, ensuring that every Reese's you unwrap is just as delicious as the last. And finally, the cups are wrapped in their iconic packaging, ready to be shipped out and devoured by candy lovers all over the world. As simple as the process for creating this product is, Reese's produces over 25 million peanut butter cups every single day. How is this possible? Well, that's what you get when you operate large-scale factories equipped with the latest technology. These facilities are designed for efficiency, allowing the brand to produce a massive quantity of peanut butter cups daily. In 2020, the annual sales for top candy brands included approximately 710 million for M&M's and 412 million for Reese's peanut butter cups. What originally started as a single cup now includes Reese's Pieces, Sticks, Dark Chocolate, White Chocolate, Nutrageous, Take 5, Fast Break, Stuffed Minis, and Thins. Annually, around 700 million pounds of peanut butter are consumed globally, solidifying its status as one of the most adored and widely consumed spreads worldwide. Sourcing and harvesting. The journey to crafting the perfect jar of peanut butter starts with a seed cultivated on farms across regions like China, America, or Argentina. These dicotyledonous plants flourish in warm, humid subtropical climates, with extended periods of heat conducive to seed production. It typically takes around 120 to 150 days after planting for peanut plants to yield nuts. Harvesting peanuts involves a two-step process. Initially, the soil around the peanut plants is loosened to ease the extraction of the pods. A farmer operates the digger along the rows of peanuts, using it to uproot the peanut plants. The digger flips the plants upside down and places them back on the row to dry. Depending on the intensity of the sun during this period, the nuts may remain in this position for up to a week. This drying process helps to decrease the moisture content of the peanuts, thereby reducing the risk of fungal infections and enhancing their shelf life. Next, the peanut pods are separated from the remainder of the plant, typically accomplished using either a shaker or a picker. One of the preferred peanuts for producing creamy butter is the runner peanut, notable for its high yield and consistent size. This variety is commonly cultivated in the southern United States, including states like Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. Quality control begins with the examination of raw materials, with a particular focus on peanuts. These peanuts are procured from trusted suppliers and subjected to meticulous inspection to ensure their quality. Factors such as size, color, moisture content, and the presence of foreign materials are carefully assessed during this process. Cleaning and sorting. Upon arrival at the peanut butter factory, the peanuts do not immediately undergo the transformation into paste. Instead, they undergo a cleaning process to eliminate any dirt, sand, or other contaminants they may have accumulated during harvesting. Skipping this crucial step could result in the presence of unwanted debris in the final product, potentially affecting the quality and safety of the spread. Initially, the peanuts are loaded onto a hopper, which directs them onto a conveyor belt for transportation. The conveyor belt carries the peanuts to a vibrating screen, where they undergo further processing. As the peanuts traverse the screen panels, particles smaller than the screen openings pass through and are expelled as undersized material, while larger particles remain on the screen surface and are discharged as oversized material. That's how we ensure all types of debris are eliminated from our peanuts. Subsequently, they are subjected to an airstream to ensure any remaining debris is thoroughly removed. Next, the shells must be removed. Deshelling. In this stage, the cleaned peanuts are introduced into a rotating drum or cylinder with slotted walls. As the drum rotates, the peanuts and drum walls collide, causing the shells to crack open. Subsequently, the peanuts and removed shells pass through air columns. The lighter shells are then separated from the heavier kernels. Following that, a peanut gravity separator is employed to categorize the peanuts based on their densities. Within the separator, vibrations and upward airflow guide the peanuts onto the machine deck. High-quality, heavier peanuts ascend to the top, while lighter, damaged, or undesired ones descend to the bottom. Since all peanuts are not uniform in size, they need to be sorted accordingly. Thus, the peanuts are directed into the peanut kernels grading machine, where they undergo sorting into 4 or 5 different sizes simultaneously. Peanut butter manufacturers uphold stringent quality control measures to guarantee that only top-quality peanuts are utilized in production. Prior to processing, the peanuts undergo thorough testing for size, yield, quality, and color. Any peanut that fails to meet the specified standards is promptly discarded. Roasting. To achieve that beloved nutty flavor in your favorite peanut butter, the peanuts must undergo roasting in an oven set at a temperature of 350 degrees Fahrenheit. This process typically lasts anywhere from several minutes to an hour. Once the desired color and flavor are attained, the oven is cooled using fan-circulated air. Next up is the blanching process, where the skins are removed. During dry blanching, the peanuts are heated to around 280 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes to crack the skins. Subsequently, the blancher eliminates the peanut shells by rubbing them between rubber belts, and the peanuts are then screened to separate the seeds from the bitter skin. Some factories opt to blanch the peanuts by soaking them in hot water mixed with salt. Regardless of the method used, the crucial aspect is ensuring the peanuts are blanched. Now let's move on to the exciting part, grinding. Grinding. In this process, certain brands employ high-pressure pumps and filters. The peanuts are forced into the grinder through multiple small holes under high pressure, effectively breaking down every remaining peanut particle and yielding a smooth and consistent texture. Within the grinding machine, the peanuts are pulverized as a large pole spins, beating the nuts into a paste. At this point, additional ingredients like sugar, salt, and vegetable oil may be incorporated to impart a unique taste and texture to the final product. As previously mentioned, different peanut butter brands have their own recipes, each designed to create a distinctive product tailored to their customers' preferences. For example, certain brands utilize a proprietary grinding process to achieve a uniquely smooth and creamy texture. This specialized method also eliminates any grittiness or unpleasant aftertaste often associated with other brands. Packaging. Once the peanut butter is prepared and primed for distribution, it's time for packaging. Envision a large-scale production line resembling those found in automotive factories, but instead dedicated to packaging peanut butter. To begin, rows of jars are prepared and poised to be filled with delectable peanut butter. These jars typically come in various sizes and are crafted from either glass or plastic, similar to the ones you encounter on grocery store shelves. Now for the exciting part, filling those jars with smooth peanut butter. A machine precisely pumps the peanut butter into each jar, ensuring they all receive the correct amount. After filling, the jars require tight sealing to maintain the freshness of the peanut butter. Each jar is topped with a lid, which is then securely fastened by a machine. Sometimes the lids even undergo a vacuum sealing process to ensure everything remains tightly sealed.